So D23 gave us multiple confirmations from the likes of Star Wars, the Marvel Universe. We got some confirmation, like I said in the previous video, that Spider-Man is 100% no more in the MCU, although we still have hope, but maybe, probably, possibly. If you hear any shouting in the background, my brother's in with his friend right now playing FIFA. So you'll probably hear, fuck off, and yes, goal! Anyway, so I've got my phone with all my reminders. So with the confirmation at D23, we got confirmation that Black Panther 2 will be coming out on the 6th of May 2022. Like I said, I'm not a massive fan of Black Panther. I thought it was very overrated. It was a good film, but it was very overrated in terms of it was as if it acted as if they broke the mould with casting 99% of black actors, and you're like, well done. I just don't. I'm not being racist, but I just don't see the big deal about it. It's a good film, but it's not fucking gravy. It's just The Lion King. Instead of Simba, you've got T'Challa. I can't even say his name right. T'Challa, Black Panther. Instead of Scar, you've got Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan. So that's been confirmed with director Ryan Coogler. I can't even say that guy's name now. I keep forgetting. I keep saying it's either Googler or Cogler. Anyway, the guy who directed the first film, he's back again directing the next one. And quite a lot of fanboys have been like, 2022, that's too fucking far away, that's terrible. But it's like, Jesus Christ. 1 minute you don't want the fucking film, now you're like, it's too fucking far away. It's happening anyway. Black Panther 2. But the biggest reveals with D23 regarding Marvel's the next stage of Phase 4, because Phase 4 obviously was confirmed at Comic Con just right there in July, and it starts from summer 2020 and ends around about November 2021. But it has now been confirmed as an extension to Phase 4, because Phase 4 at one point was obviously going to be the shortest phase in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So Phase 4 has now been extended with the confirmation of Miss Marvel, Oosh, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk. So She-Hulk, we'll talk about that first. She-Hulk is going to be the extension of the Incredible Hulk. It's Bruce Banner's cousin, Jennifer Walters. It's exciting as hell. There was a rumour earlier this year that Bruce Banner's, I was going to say Eric Banner, but it's not, that's the 2003. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is going to try and kind of slowly and softly phase out of the MCU. As we've seen at the end of Endgame, bit of damage with the Gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, bit of gamma radiation, which obviously resulted in Tony Stark dying. Still not go over it. So Bruce Banner is right now damaged, and he is set to supposedly, rumours again, but it kind of confirms it, that he's going to try and kind of leave the MCU nice and quietly, but also still leave the Hulk presence, basically, with the She-Hulk, his cousin. Now, I don't know much about the She-Hulk, but I know enough. I remember the cartoons. I remember seeing her in like the earlier cartoons and stuff like that. I've read some of the comic books. They're actually pretty good. She is really good, actually. She's really, really cool. She's a really cool character. Again, a lot of fanboys came and were like, a female Captain Marvel, female She-Hulk, what's next? Well, no, sorry, female Hulk, what's next? Not realising that She-Hulk is actually a real thing. It's not just something they've just made and just thought, you know what, we'll just make a female Hulk. It's a real thing. Miss Marvel, obviously, for anyone who knows, Miss Marvel was the female counterpart, the fanboy counterpart of Captain Marvel, because obviously Captain Marvel, again, people don't know this, Captain Marvel originally was a guy. And he was known as Captain Marvel. No, wait. No, Captain Marvel was what Annette Annette. Whoever Marvel was in the film used to be a guy, and Captain Marvel, there is no Captain Marvel, like 1950s, 60s, whenever Captain Marvel came out, was a guy and was changed to girl. So Miss Marvel was the female counterpart. So it's going to be kind of strange seeing this, because obviously, as we know, Captain Marvel is played by the very arrogant, cocky, confident, pain in the arse, Brie Larson. She's adorable, but she's a pain in the goddamn arse. I never thought I would hate someone so much. She's such a bullshitter, let's be honest now. So we don't know who's playing Miss Marvel, but it's funny. It'll be funny how we see this transition, because obviously, as we know, Captain Marvel's a girl, and Miss Marvel was supposed to be the female counterpart of Captain Marvel, the male Captain Marvel. So we'll see what happens here. It's exciting though, because it's something different. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's including Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight and She-Hulk. That is 3, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 Phase 4 TV shows that are obviously going to be part of the Disney Plus streaming platform, which is pretty cool. Tiny bit lazy in terms of you'd rather see a film of like this and this, but instead we're getting TV shows. But then again, it does widen the horizon, and rather than waiting, like rather than doing like 2, 3 films and having to wait this, you just get one big series of just there we go, which is exciting, because obviously I think Phase 4 is a little bit of a lazy phase, but then again, it does kind of give them bigger and better opportunities, because they could squeeze like 2, 3 films worth of story into like 6, 7, 8 episodes of a series that you get to see in a winner. So it is pretty good, but at the same time you think the likes of She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Falcon Winter Soldier, Hawkeye even, and even Loki deserve a film, like a solo film, but it is what it is. Obviously going to try and milk the Disney Plus section as much as they can. So the last one is Moon Knight. Now Moon Knight, I had my bloody information on Moon Knight. Moon Knight. I had my wee bit of information actually. I think I've lost it. Oh shiza. I have actually. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Bear with me. Oh shit. Bear with me. That's success. Not good at all. Add a wee bit with all my info. There we go. Whew. Sorry about that. Moon Knight, aka Mark Spector, who, when I look at Moon Knight, I initially think he's like the Batman of the MCU. He's the kind of mysterious Night Avenger, Dark Avenger. I mean, that's part of the Marvel Knights category, Daredevil, Punisher. So it'd be interesting to see how a Dark Avenger can transition himself into the everyday family-friendly MCU. But then again, I think I feel as though that with the Disney Plus MCU, as much as part of the whole lot MCU, they can change things. They can make something a bit darker, because and I'll talk about this in the Star Wars video, my big Star Wars video. The Mandalorian looks to be a lot darker than Star Wars, than obviously it is Star Wars, but it's not Star Wars. It's the Star Wars universe, obviously, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars. It feels like a very darker take, like a kind of a western, like a western. So it's exciting. So I feel as though Moon Knight could be this different universe, this different kind of dark take. It could be the 15, because obviously Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, they were all 15s, they were all 18s actually. I think Daredevil was an 18. Go to hell, right? Because Netflix could do what they want. Disney Plus might not do that, but I feel as though they could maybe just echo the brutality of those series and put them into Moon Knight, because I feel as though Moon Knight is a very mature comic book, a very adult MCU version of Batman. So it's exciting, and word is it that they're looking to include the villain Werewolf by Night. Now again, I don't know much about Moon Knight. I know enough to know who he is, what he is, but I think Moon Knight will be a very challenging series for Marvel and for the Disney Plus channel, but it'll be exciting. So I'm excited about that, I really am, and I've lost it again. But anyway, so obviously those 3 shows that have been confirmed will join Hawkeye, What If, What If, which obviously is the What If series, which actually has been confirmed that Hayley Atwell will be returning to the series as not Captain Marvel, but Captain Britain. She will be taking the Captain America Super Soldier Serum and becoming Captain Britain. That's pretty cool, I must admit, that is pretty cool actually. We also got some concept art from WandaVision. So it was a wee kind of poster art of WandaVision. So I had Vision and Wanda, and they were kind of mirrored a sort of 60s sitcom kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Could be interesting how they do this, because obviously WandaVision, it's like television, so it could be interesting. See what happens there. The Eternals all stepped on stage. Richard Madden, and co stepped on stage with their concept art, their costumes behind them. Looks pretty cool. And we also got 100% confirmation. 100%. I'm saying this 100% confirmation that Kit Harington is joining the Eternals, the MCU, but specifically the Eternals, as Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight. Now, I don't know much about the Eternals. I don't know much about the Black Knight. I know that Marvel have been pushing for the Black Knight to be introduced in the MCU, and what better actor than Kit Harington? I mean, he's gone from Jon Snow, Protector of the Realms, to the Black Knight. Fucking Black Knight. It's exciting stuff, but even more exciting is Wyatt Russell, who's Kurt Russell's son, who was in Overlord, which, if you haven't seen it, it's a fantastic film produced by J.J. Abrams. Kind of Cloverfield-y. I mean, it's one of those kind of things where it was. I think it was originally meant to be Cloverfield 4, but they just kind of changed the plans. But then obviously there was rumours that it was going to be Cloverfield 4. And when you're watching it, me and Steve were just like, you know, something's going to happen, something's going to pop up, and it's going to be Cloverfield 4. It wasn't, but there's still that kind of. They could easily tie it into the MCU, the Cloverfield universe at some point. So Wyatt Russell was in the Cloverfield 4, Overlord. Fantastic in that film, brilliant. He's joining the MCU, and he's going to be part of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series, well, streaming service series, as John Walker, aka US Agent! So he is obviously basically Captain America 2.0. Exciting. So, and like I said in my previous video, Spider-Man is definitely 100% gone, but there's been an update. Tom Holland can honest to God assure us that there will be 2 more Spider-Man films. I kind of confirmed it in my previous video, but he spoke about it a lot more actually today, between yesterday and today. So Tom Holland is 100% playing Spider-Man again, but the only tiny thing is that it's going to be, well, not, it's going to be vastly different. I mean, it's going to be, they've already pitched Spider-Man 3 to Sony, supposedly, according to Tom Holland, they've already pitched Spider-Man 3 to Sony, and Sony are happy with it. So whether it'll be a slight connection to the MCU, I don't know, obviously, but like Tom Holland has said, it's going to be completely different. And I actually looked into this a lot more, like to Spider-Man rights and stuff like that, and it turns out that if Sony don't make a Spider-Man film relatively soon, that the rights revert back to Marvel anyway. So I never knew that. So obviously there's always that thing with rights, so if you don't make films within like 10 years, the rights go back. So according to I can't get the website again, but I've got the information anyway. I screenshotted the information, but I forgot to screenshot the site. That supposedly Sony need to keep making Spider-Man films, not just Spider-Man related films, so not like their Morbius spin-off or Venom 2, anything. They need to make specific Spider-Man films, and if they don't make Spider-Man's films, I think it's like I think it's something like a 5 to 10 year. If it's like a 5-year gap, if they've got a 5-year time, if they don't make a Spider-Man film within that time period, hence why Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man was so fast after Spider-Man 3, and same with like the new Spider-Man with the MCU being so quick after Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Even though Marvel have borrowed the rights for that time period, Sony still had to make something with Spider-Man, not like Venom, but specifically Spider-Man himself. So here's hoping Sony fuck up and the rights revert back. The only other thing is Disney just buy Sony, which isn't a bad thing, I guess. But right now, as we know, Spider-Man is far from home, literally the MCU. So we'll see, but like I said, that's the wee update. And on obviously that note of Venom 2, I totally forgot to talk about this. Andy Serkis is directing Venom 2. What's your thoughts on that? It's interesting as hell, because obviously Andy Serkis, as we know, is like the god of motion capture, and if we know anything, Venom is a very big motion capture film. That's a dog. Sorry, Millie. I'm saying sorry, Millie, so to you guys. Anyway, as we all know, Woody Harrelson is back again. Post-credit sequence, he's back as Carnage, so that'll be awesome. I think the CGI will be tightened up a little bit, especially with the motion capture side of it, because obviously you've got Andy Serkis, who is like the king of motion capture. Directing wise, it'll be interesting. Yeah, Venom deserves a sequel. I mean, we deserve Venom versus Carnage. We also deserve Venom versus Spider-Man, and it most likely will happen. If Spider-Man is totally at the MCU, it's going to happen at some point, because Sony will just cash in on that spunktastic option. So yes, that is my slightly longer than I thought debrief of D23. Next is the Star Wars video. Literally, it's called Star Wars. Yeah.